Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Come on, buddy.
As you can see in the title, we are here to talk one of our favorites. This is a Netflix original. It's Love is Blind, season 5. This is going to be a review of the full first week. So that's episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make sure you're liked and subscribed here. And on TikTok, we cover everything reality TV, including, if you look back here in the playlist, former seasons of Love is Blind. So if this is your first season of Love is Blind, you can go back, watch the old stuff, and actually see what our reactions were live and our whole thing about the seasons. It's been a lot of fun for people. We still see your comments, guys. Appreciate it on the old stuff. But Brian, like I said, season 5, my first quick thoughts is I think this is going to be a messier season, and I like that.
Agreed.
It's the former entanglements, we've seen before in Love is Blind, where maybe someone shoots their shot with someone and doesn't work out, and then they maybe come back and allow themselves to be a second option. We've seen some of the opposite there, but still showing those characters appearing. So I do think we're getting a little bit closer, at least, Brian, to like what your major ask has always been, is like we need to see more of like the singles and like them throughout the process. So I am glad to see it. Seems, at least from the tease, to be a little bit of a different kind of format and not beat by beat like last year. What are your thoughts overall on the week 1 kind of outcomes?
Yeah, I was actually really surprised that there's only 4 episodes because usually I thought it was like 6.
Me
And we
too.
saw every proposal, so we only saw 2. So I was very surprised by it. And my comment, like you saying, my comments about like seeing more of the singles, and it's just like people go on the show, like just throw them a little bit of a bone, where like maybe like we see little just interactions, like we don't see anybody except the people they're highlighting, and it's not. I don't have a like. I obviously want to know about the people that they're going to highlight on the show, but like I just think it would be nice for like if I was on that show and I didn't make it, I'd be annoyed that I like
You
didn't
spent
get
all
any
that
screen
time.
time whatsoever. I'm just a name on a corner where they talk
There's a
about
lot
something.
of pods. There's a lot of people in there.
Yeah, there's a lot. They said that I think it's 15 guys, 15 girls.
And
I
like
think
we
that's
saw
what
last season, there was like engagements that are filmed and stuff that never hit. And
they just don't
like
make
so
it.
far, 4 episodes in, we only have 2. Maybe this is just how it like rolls. Maybe a lot of these aren't at the place or point of engagements. It's gonna be interesting. Or maybe episode 5 is just gonna be boom, 2 engagements there, and we'll be up to like 4. I don't know, but it looks like let's dig into the people, and I think that'll kind of drive the conversation a little bit here. So I think the first one we do need to talk about is the revelation at the end of episode 3. Lydia, who definitely was trying to shoot her shot. She definitely had tried initially with, what was it, Izzy. Uh, Turns out she had been dating Uchi. Uchi, a guy, a lawyer, a business owner, who's heavily featured here in the first 4 episodes as well. It's revealed that they dated like pretty
Mhm.
recently, as of like 3 months prior to recording. And you posited the question, Brian, before we recorded, but how did Netflix not know this? Was it so toxic that they deleted everything from each other off social media that quickly? What are your thoughts on the whole thing?
I would think that they would when I was watching it live and in my head I was like, how do they not check each other's Instagrams? Like they have an Instagram, you go to that person, you see if there's any mutuals whatsoever. And then Lydia did say that she did block him, so that could cover up that. I'm sure if, like you said, off camera, she seems like the type of person that would delete pictures if she wore pictures, and that he seems like the type of guy that wouldn't post any pictures. So
Yes.
I could see how it was covered up, but I think like I just kind of think like it makes it more messy. Like if they did it on purpose, then that's kind of it's kind of
I
bad
think they did it.
intentions.
I think they noticed it and didn't care. I think they wanted to see like what would happen.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah. I
honest
don't.
guess. I think Netflix is the there's no way they didn't find mutuals and figure that out, dude. It's just like we talked about Love Island this season with the 2 Phoenix people. You know what I mean? Carmen and Kenzo. It's like,
Yeah, I just don't buy
dude, they
it.
train at the same gym.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
care if you can't tell me to my face that they've never seen each other and don't know each other.
you
I
can
feel
tell
like
me
it's
that
a lie.
they weren't checking in on social media at that gym while you were casting.
A-
Come on.
And and then a part of me goes like, I'm surprised this hasn't happened already because they film in a city, minus the Portland season or the Seattle season because no one lives in Seattle or no one lives in Portland. So there's like the net with the range of was like on like
We had some
it was like
point
a
on
thousand miles.
your family visited on vacation or you lived there
Right.
for 1 year at some point.
Right. So like this one, I mean, I'm surprised it has happened more where like you do have these run-ins with people, but um I'm interested to see how it goes because I'm worried that they're not gonna have like the like what is the honeymoon? Because you know how they usually do like go on a retreat. The
It's
drama
gonna be
is
a
there. If they're not
mess.
gonna get engaged,
It's gonna
what
be a mess.
yeah, like why are they going to invite them anyways? Are they going to bend the rules? And then like you said, like if we're not seeing people who actually got engaged and they're like not picking them because it's not drama, that would also be double annoying for those people. So I'm really interested to see how like next. I think the block next week is really going to be the one where we're going to like where is the show going to go?
I don't know if they're gonna have like say like a Chris, and we'll get to like their decisions, but someone who turns someone down and decides or ostensively to just like leave the experience single, like a like we're
Aaliyah.
gonna see Aaliyah, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see. I wouldn't think they would go on like the traditional honeymoon thing where the couples go on, but I could see it like the at home interactions being more prevalent, right? Last season they were kind of like forcing each other to like in like even last season of Ultimatum, like forcing people to stay away from each other because like they just like didn't want any temptation. This
Hmm.
I think they're just gonna be like a free for all, right? Like
Yeah, it's
they're just gonna
possible.
be up in each other's business and I don't know. I mean, so I do want to like think of Leah is a natural kind of progression here. We're talking about Lydia and talking about the Izzy and all of that stuff, but and Uchi, Uchi and Aaliyah got very close. They were one of the main couples featured during like their third or fourth conversation presented. So where they're kind of really getting to the nitty gritty. Aaliyah admits that she had cheated in her previous relationship. Said that like she had communicated to her partner pretty explicitly that their sex life wasn't great. We don't know the details of that, but I mean, usually when you say that, it means that like they probably just weren't having sex. I doubt it was that the 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 quality of the sex was that's how I think they edited it to come out. But usually that complaint is like just like not being
Frequency.
physical, right? And so she cheated, and yeah, it's crappy. And I guess she didn't admit it to the guy. They just broke up instead, like a few months later. But man, Uchi didn't like that. But considering Uchi also had cheated before, so I don't know where he gets off. But like he literally drills her about how a couple of years isn't long enough for you to change as a person. Why wouldn't you tell him all that? Maybe one of those questions are just being like, "Wow, it's surprising, but thanks for being honest with me." Because who are
Right.
you? You're a guy through the wall. Like she doesn't owe you anything, dude.
Right. She's trying to be honest with you. And I mean, I thought he was just kind of being a little too much. I felt bad for her, man. Like at the end of this four, I felt really bad for her.
Yeah, we had to find out from the voice of God that she was out.
That and like she had a confession. She's like, I don't want to know. Like you're obviously trying to meet somebody, and then you got Lydia over here who wouldn't shut the hell up. She's like, oh, we did this, we did this, we did this. I bought him his dog a toy. I would have been like, yo, shut up,
Well,
lady.
yeah,
Like
Lydia was being a little bit
they
whether she
edited
realized
that. They edited that scene perfectly where she's like, I don't want. They had the confessional. She's like, I want to know, and then they just kept like,
showing
bam.
her going on and on.
That was brutal, man. I felt so bad
Yeah,
for her.
subconsciously I think that was Lydia like kind of marking some
Yeah,
territory
yep.
there too, and just trying to buffer herself and protect herself too. And I'm curious, like Lydia says there's no feeling, she's done. Like how much is she going to try to
That's
interact with
bull.
him?
That's such bull. When they
I don't
see each
believe
other,
it.
man,
That's
they get
why
drunk.
she said that to her, because she's trying to even just leave that little bit of like back off a little bit, so maybe I have a little space to go left or right. And I feel bad for our boy, the Pokemon master, Milton. I He's gonna die young apparently because he's too tall, like Abraham Lincoln. And I don't know. He said competitive Pokemon, Bryce. So I don't know if he's a Pokemon goer. I got the vibe that he meant the card game, but who knows? Maybe there's competitive Switch Pokemon battles. I don't know.
Who knows, man? I feel bad for this dude too. Like he is does I don't think he knows what he's getting into.
Yeah, and especially if he's gonna die soon. Like, what if this like last few weeks of his life
I'm not
effed
even
up?
talking about that. I just feel like when he finally gets to see Lydia, she just seems like a lot, and he just
Oh,
seems
there's
like
gonna be
such
a
a
lot. He's not
he
ready
seems
for
like
that
such a
life.
nice dude.
He's gonna be shell shocked.
And especially like if they as soon as they see Uchi, it's gonna be the classic go to the honeymoon if they do it. and he's gonna like not gonna have any attention. She'll get drunk, talk to Uchi,
Or talk about Uchi a
yeah,
lot.
nonstop. She's already talking to Aaliyah about Uchi
She's
nonstop.
gonna
She
project
sees
on
Milton.
him that he's not being like forward or outgoing, and he's not being open. And then me and you were gonna review next week and be like, "Yeah, no crap, girl. He met you 3 days ago and a day ago in person. Like, can you please like give this poor dude a break? Just because he's not the swag god like an Uchi or that's happens every season." And then it's like it's just
Yeah,
like
then
Rio.
you
So
add
like
in the Izzy stuff too, man. Like all these people wanted Izzy, and then they're gonna go on this trip because Izzy. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but Izzy's gonna propose to Stacy.
yeah. How about like at least the one credit I'll give our girl Johnny is that usually it takes a full season for someone to come to the realization that they've come to be with someone, that they're repeating a pattern and blah 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 and try to get someone back. Johnny went up, down, crashed, burned, revived, and crashed again, all in 4 episodes. I thought Johnny's journey was interesting. I don't think she objectively did really anything that wrong, right? She was transparent. She was a little bit of a bummer. Her timing may not have been great at times. I think that if that had been in person, face to face, it would have been easier and it would have played better,
Probably.
right? What were your thoughts on Johnny? I'm interested.
Um, I thought she was gonna be like he was gonna pick her, like just based off of like the past seasons we've watched and like the way they usually do editing and things like that. I was kind of surprised that she got denied twice, but she was talking that smack. So I'm interested. Like her and Stacy. I mean, she's gonna be on the show. Like,
There's a feud brewing there.
yeah.
What do you think of Stacy?
Again,
She's
I
a
don't
free
really know
spirit, man.
what.
She's a free spirit. She's just so fun and loose. I'm still wearing a choker, 30 something years old.
I think that I'm worried. Like, I'm not worried. I think once Izzy is an interesting. Izzy's really good. He seems like a ticking time bomb of
He's a
like.
douche.
I'm
He's a
really
douche.
when they get all together, like, because he's gonna have like I'm looking at my notes here. He has like a spider web of people that he could like. So Lydia, talk to
An
Lydia,
entanglement.
and Lydia's gonna be on the show. He's talking to Stacy. Yeah, Spider-Man meme. They're all the girls are pointing to him, and Izzy's in the middle. And
I'm
then
doing Charlie on like Always Sunny
Johnny.
on this right now.
Here's Johnny. Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
It's that the fact that we don't know the like the main five couples is what's really throwing me here. Like the show, we could meet somebody on episode 5 that we haven't even met yet, and we're just talking about all these people, and like they were just like a bystander. It's kind of cool though to not know like what's gonna
the only
happen.
I guess thinking over and looking at my notes, the real issue with Johnny was that like she told 2 different stories to Alex and to Izzy. Remember, she's like, I
Oh,
usually go
Izzy
for
and
the safe.
Chris.
Izzy and Chris, yeah, she was like, I usually go for the safe bet. She told the other guy she usually goes for the bad boy, not realizing or not thinking that they're gonna maybe go back and talk to each other.
I mean, yeah,
No, it was funny. Again, it didn't matter. It was just I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, why was that violent reaction? Oh yeah, it is because she did kind of like at the end of the day, like gave them a way where they could come back and say that
yeah,
she was kind of changing the stories up a little bit. So um yeah, look, I think overall it's interesting, like you said, we only have 2 engagements. There's an easy, maybe like 2 more, just like, okay, if people are gonna get engaged, who they're featuring, maybe. I don't know. It's good. I like that we don't know. We're actually genuinely looking forward to next Friday to like be like, okay, like let's see where this lands. Like I think it'll be good. So
yeah. Let us know in the comments if you think some couples
spoiler
also.
free.
Oh yeah, that 100% spoiler free. If I don't want to see anything
If you
that's
don't look
spoiled.
anything up, please don't look it up.
No, don't want to see that. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's 3 episodes. I think if
Three
I
episodes
remember
next week. Yeah.
correctly. Yeah, so
All
we'll
right.
see.
Like I said, make sure you're subscribed here, hit the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed on TikTok. A lot of videos coming up this week, so I want to make sure you guys don't miss anything. But until next time, for myself and Brian, thank you. Peace.